Well, good evening. Hi. Welcome to Willingness Wednesday. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to be here. I am your coach, Bevon Squires, and today we are sponsored by Spirit Source Connection. If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your love and support. I certainly couldn't do this without you. It feels so great to be here talking to you guys. Oh my goodness, I have missed you so much. And of course, last week was my first week back, and we were talking about the 7 habits of highly effective people. We talked about habit 1 last week, and it was really riveting, and I really enjoyed bringing that information to you. And so I thought, why not continue the party? All right, so today we are talking about habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Ooh, that sounds fancy, coach. What does that mean? Well, let me tell you, begin with the end in mind allows you to look at where it is you're going, right? That's the mental creation. It starts off with the mental creation. That is why this particular habit is called personal leadership. It's called personal leadership because a good leader has a vision, and you are the leader of your life. You are the CEO of your life. And so you have to be that leader. You have to be the one that says, okay, I want to go there. I want to go to Africa. And so then the manager part of you kicks in and says, okay, let's go. And so the manager part kicks in, and from that, you start writing the vision. I want to go to Africa. I want to stay. Of course, you do the due diligence and find out what's available in terms of lodging and that sort of thing. You write it all out. You write the whole thing out. You do your due diligence. You find out how much the airfare is going to cost. You do all of these things and you write it out. And before you know it, there you are on your way to Africa because you have already seen the mental part of it. Now you've written down each step that it's going to take to get there. And all you have to do then is just work the plan. My dad used to always say that, plan your work and work your plan. I didn't always know what he meant, but now I do. That's habit 2. It's about having that vision, that mental vision that goes into the physical effort that you put in, the actions that bring about the desired result. So that's part of habit 2. The other part of habit 2 I want you to know is that you have the ability to create the kind of future that you want. You have the ability to sit down and think about who you want to be. What kind of life do you want to have? I know. Who's got time for all that, coach? I'm telling you, this is 7 habits of a highly effective people, right? Highly effective people don't come dime a dozen. Highly effective people are created. Highly effective people go the distance. They are willing to upheaval their lives, right? Upheaval their lives, make a mess out of everything. Let's take a look at everything, put it all out on the table, and see what's here. And then let's put it back together in a way that works. Let's put it back together in a way that says, I am going to have a paradigm shift. I am going to start taking responsibility for the life that I want to create. I get to have a choice, right? You're going to say that to yourself. What I want you to know today is that there is the idea, the mental creation, right, of what you want. And then there is the actual physical manifestation of what you want. And in between the two, it matters what you put in between the two. If you put reactive type behavior and thought processes between the two, then you're not going to get to the end. You're not going to see this materialized, right? But if between your mental creation and the physical manifestation, you place your values and principles there, then you have what is necessary to withstand the time that it takes to create one in your mind and to actually see the physical manifestation. You have the tenacity, you have the perseverance, You have the courage and the determination. You have the commitment. You have the faith. You have the trust, right? You have all of these principles in between one and the other that will guide you as you make your way to your desired result. Now, the other thing I want you to know is that you have a center, right? You have a centering force, if you will. There's something that drives you. Now, of course, there are all sorts of things that could drive you, fashion, possessions, money, prestige. All of these things could drive you, right? But the only thing about that is that when you allow something like that to drive you, then you have no power. Now you're at the mercy of situations and circumstances and all those sorts of things, and not having any control over your life. Because those kinds of things are fickle. They're material. They come and go. They're not something that you can actually base your life on. They can't, that you can, not center your life on it. But what I'm trying to get you to see here is that if you center your life on your values and on your principles, all of those other areas of your life are going to reflect that. There's going to be a harmony that you feel, an equilibrium throughout your life. I know, because that's exactly how it was for me, or it is for me. When I think about the vision, I just want to share this with you. When I think about the vision part of Habit 2, it talks about looking at where you want to go, what you would like to have in your life. Well, see, if you're anything like me, I did not have a vision of where I would like to go. I lived each day like it was, the last, like there was no tomorrow. I had nothing planned for my life. And one day I had this epiphany, if you will, an epiphany. I had a moment of clarity. And in that moment of clarity, I was able to tell myself, hey, if you don't get busy living, you are not going to have a life that's worth living. I saw disaster and destruction at the end of my days. Oh my God, it was bleak. And I thought, ooh, that's not the life I want. No, that's not the life I want. And so as the leader of my life, I was able to decide for myself in that moment that is not the life I wanted. I wanted a better life. I didn't know exactly what I wanted, but I knew I didn't want that, Anything was better than what I saw. And so then my manager kicked in and says, okay, how are we going to have that? How are we going to make that happen? Let's go get that better life that you want for yourself. So, of course, I had to go to school. I needed education, obviously. And so I had to go to school. I got my degree, in my associate's degree. I got my bachelor's degree. All this time, as I'm working in my field from my first degree, I was a part of a leadership development program. And in that leadership development program, they asked us to make a personal development plan, 5 years. Okay, so that was, I think that was 2014, I believe it was. Anyway, I made this personal development plan. And as time went on, I achieved some of those things. Life started getting busy. I started my next degree. I kind of got off of the personal development plan because I now have a syllabus that I need to take care of, right? And so the personal development plan kind of fell by the wayside. I was achieving all kinds of wonderful things in the interim. Well, as time would have it, I moved away to a whole nother state, whole nother city, with the same employer, but in another place. I thought, well, this is going to be it for me. I'm not working in my degree. I had already graduated with my master's degree, and I didn't know what I was going to do next. I went to another state, and while I was there, God blessed me. See, God will put people in your life that see something in you. God will put people in your life when you think that there is no plan. I'm telling you, you better watch out, because God always has a plan. He put someone in my life who could see my potential. He said, are you kidding me? You have so much potential. There's no way that this is your stopping point. No way. And so he began to mentor me and send me applications, or job listings, apply for this. I know you're not going to get it. Just do it. And it started a paradigm shift. It started me looking at the qualifications for all of these, and I started taking courses, and that would kind of hone my skills towards some of these things. And before you know it, there was a really wonderful leadership development program with the federal government that is so prestigious, and I knew that that's something that I wanted to do, but I didn't feel like I had what it took to do it. And of course, this person, they just breathed, air into me, and to let me know that yes, you do have it. I see it, even if you can't. Thank you, God, for people like that in our lives, right? And so I applied at 10 different facilities for the same position, thinking, okay, at least one of them might call me. I might hear from one of them. And I tell you what, all 10 of them called me, but I can't even make this up, guys. All 10 of them called me, but I could have only one opportunity. And so I took the one opportunity, and here I am today in a whole nother category of personal development and excellence that I did not even see coming. It's just such an amazing thing. When I was in that program, they said, hey, we need you to make a personal development plan. I said, okay, well, I'll just go back to the one I had previous and just kind of update it, to where we are now. And as I went to that file and I clicked on it and opened it up, and I started looking at that personal development plan, which I had not seen in years, I saw my whole life just unfolding right before my eyes as I was reading each one of those accomplishments. Each one of those things that I had achieved was right there on my personal development plan. And the very last thing that I wanted to achieve was where I was beginning at that time in my life. So I don't know how it works. I really don't understand how it worked. All I know is that there is something to writing down the vision, write down the plan. I currently have another 5-year personal development plan going on, and things are already happening in my life from my new personal development plan. I'm just really grateful to understand this concept. I'm so grateful to understand that it works, even though I don't know how it works. I don't have to know how it works for it to work. And so this is just one thing that I'd like to share with you to let you know. Write it down, write the vision down. The other thing I want to talk about is the mission statement. Habit 2 allows us to do some of that really, really personal work, right? That really personal work that nobody really has time to do. Sit down and think about who you are, what kind of legacy you want to leave. On your tombstone, what is it that you want it to read? At your eulogy, what is it that you want them to say about you? This is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to look ahead and see what kind of person you turned out to be. Look ahead, have that mental vision, and then move into that physical action that allows you to be that person that you've always wanted to be. And I am here to help you because I'm your coach and I understand how this thing works. And I can help you if you will dial me at 317-721-4315, or you can email me at b.vonsquires@gmail.com. Now, before we wrap it up, I also want to let you know that in Habit 2, you get to re-script all of those negative things you ever said about yourself, all of those self-doubt that you had in the past. You get to bury all of that and rewrite the script to someone new, someone who has tenacity, someone who is forthright, someone who is courageous, someone who has commitment and lives their life by integrity. So you get a chance to recreate who you are. Isn't that amazing? It's not easy, I'm telling you. But it is possible and it is available. If you are willing to center your life on spiritual principles and allow that to govern how you engage in all your other roles, all the other roles that you play, I'm telling you, you will find a new way to live. You will find a new way to have that peace and harmony and equilibrium in your life that you deserve. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up tonight. Thank you so much for meeting me here. I will see you again next week. And in the meantime, I'll be praying for you. I will be praying that God will give you the vision that He has for you. It's already tucked down inside. If you will just give yourself 5 or 10 minutes to sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and start writing about what you feel you have inside. And find out what that vision is so you can start living your best life. All right, guys, I love you. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.